with the beautiful girl that I met made in Japan. The beauty of her face was beyond my wildest dreams.
Afternoon everyone, we are here to resolve a dispute involving a gross injustice. My client, Sarah and Daniel, held a joint saving account with Apex Bank containing 10,000 ringgit their hard-earned life savings. On the night of March 15, the account was entirely drained via an unauthorized electronic fund transfer. We are asking for a full reimbursement.
I just want to say, I admit I made a mistake. I received an SMS that looked exactly like a legitimate courier service tracking update. It said my package was on hold unless I updated the tracking app link. I clicked it. I didn't know it downloaded a hidden version. But the moment cybercriminal used that to access our bank app, Apex Banks didn't protect us. My whole life was ruined over one wrong tap on a screen.
And what about me? I didn't click any link, I didn't download any malware. I practiced perfect digital hygiene. My phone was sitting safe on my nightstand. Apex Bank has a duty to keep my money secure under our deposit contract. They let a total stranger walk away with my share of the money without my knowledge, without my signature, and without my consent.
Just to clarify, Mr. Daniel was unable to attend the meeting physically. So, for the other alternative, he chose to join the meeting through online due to his injury.
We deeply sympathize with Sarah and Daniel's situation. Losing your savings is traumatic. However, Apex Bank cannot act as a free insurance policy for user negligence. Our forensic audit shows that our security perimeter was never breached. The bank server worked perfectly.
To build on that, the automated fraud detection system did exactly what it was programmed to do. When the transaction occurred, the system dispatched a one-time password OTP via SMS to Sarah's registered mobile number. The correct OTP was entered within the valid time limit. From the system perspective, the transaction was authorized.
It was authorized by a malicious software program that intercepted the SMS text, Mr. Ryan.
Be that as it may, Ms. Umaira, the root cause of this vulnerability lies strictly outside the bank digital fence. Under Section 2 of the Electronic Commerce Act 2006, electronic transactions are valid if executed through an authenticated medium. The user gives the malware root access to her phone. Our hands are clean.
Let us look at the statutory reality under Malaysian law. I draw your attention to Part 5 of the Consumer Protection Act 1999 CE, which mandates implied guarantees as to the reasonable care and skill of services. While Apex Bank claim its server are secure, its service failed to account for a glaring anomaly. The 10,000 transfer was a lump sum maximum limit withdrawal sent to the first time payee executed at 3:15 AM from an entirely unrecognized device ID located in a different state. Furthermore, under Financial Service Act 2020, FSA and Bank Negara Malaysia BNN policy document on risk management in technology RMIT, banks are legally required to implement robust, adaptive anti-fraud processing system. Why wasn't a cooling off period triggered? Why wasn't a high risk transaction flag raised to freeze the transfer? Apex Bank's transactional monitoring failed to act with reasonable care and skill.
That agreement completely ignores the foundation law of contract, Ms. Sumaira. When Sarah and Daniel opened his joint account, they signed into the terms and conditions governing internet banking. Clause 4.4 explicitly states that the account holder shall keep their credential details secure and shall not permit unverified third-party software on their primary device. The bank shall be held completely harmless against any losses resulting from a compromise of the customer's own device. In the lemma case of Time Hing Container Limited and Liu Chongqing Bank, it was established that while a bank owes a duty of care, the customer also owes a duty to take reasonable precautions to prevent forgery or fraud. Sarah wrote that if we force banks to embrace every customer customer who downloads malicious apps will create an unsustainable moral hazard in consumer finance.
But you are ignoring the dual nature of a joint account. Even if you are you, Sarah was negligent, how about Daniel? Under the Malaysian law of obligations, a bank cannot treat a joint account as a singular entity to punish an innocent party. Daniel did not breach your terms and conditions. He did not compromise his device. By allowing the total liquidation of the account without verifying it with both joint owners during a high-risk event, the bank breached its primary debtor-creditor contract with Daniel. I have a question. Mr. Fahmi, you stated that the bank hands are clean because the server perimeter wasn't breached. However, cyber criminals are no longer attacking bank vaults. They are exploiting the interaction between your app and the user interface. If Apex Bank's digital systems allow an automated script to copy, paste, and immediately drain an entire account within the 24-hour cooling off period for a new device ID, isn't that a structural flaw in your service delivery under Section 53 of the Consumer Protection Act 1999?
It is a harsh reality, Ms. Humaira, but our system must balance security with consumer convenience. If we place a 24-hour hold on every transaction made late at night or from a new device, millions of legitimate urgent transfer would be blocked daily, disrupting commerce. Under Bank Negara Malaysia's guidelines, we are required to manage risk, not eliminate transaction fluidity entirely. The system acts on a validly credited credential. The flaw was not in our service. It was to compromise the security's device.
I have a question for Mr. Ryan. You keep bringing up the terms and conditions that Sarah supposedly violated by downloading the app. But I am a co-owner of that legal type, the deposit account. If a bank acts as a bailee of my funds, how can my contract be voided by the action of a third party, even if she is a joint holder? Did I sign away my right to a secure deposit just by sharing an account with my wife?
That is the legal nature of a joint account with an either or mandate, Daniel. When you opted for an arrangement where either party could fully operate the account without the other's signature, you legally authorize Sarah to act as your agent for any and all transactions. Consequently, under the law of agency, the negligence of the agent binds the principal. When Sarah authorized the malware access, she legally compromised the gateway to joint funds. The bank cannot partition a single pool of a digital money based on who was sitting at the screen.
Look, we want our customers to feel safe trading digitally, and we acknowledge the public implication of a digital scams does not look good for Apex Bank's corporate reputation regarding safety. We want to find a balanced resolution today.
In the spirit of mediation and without admitting legal liability, Apex Banks is prepared to offer a formal settlement under the following condition. The first one will be 65% of financial reimbursement, where the bank will reimburse a total of 6,500 into a new heavily secured account. Secondly, allocation logics, where the bank maintains zero liability for Sarah's 50% share due to a clear contributory negligence. However, as an act of commercial goodwill and recognizing Daniel's status as a completely non-allegiant consumer, the bank will fully compensate Daniel's equitable share and unprovide an ex-gradual top-up. The third one would be systemic upgrade. Apex Bank formally commits to updating our digital banking application with the next quarter to integrate malware interlocking technology. The app will automatically block itself from its running if it defects active accessibility overlay or suspicious SMS reading permission on a user's phone.
It's not the full amount, but it covers my portion and stops us from going through years of exhausting court battles. I can accept this.
I accept it too. I'm just glad that the bank is updating the app so nobody else has to fall into the same trap that I did.
We accept the settlement. Let the record show that digital consumer protection requires a shared burden. Consumers must remain vigilant, but financial institutions must deploy proactive technology to safeguard consumer assets.
I think we have a great conclusion for today's mediation. So any inquiries later, I will update each of them. So thanks to Myra and Sarah and Mr. Daniel.